Assalamu alaikum everyone, and Ramadan Mubarak. Today is actually the first day of fasting for us here in the Philippines, and I'm just so excited for this year's Ramadan because it's actually gonna be the first Ramadan where I'm like in charge of like everything, like the food scene and all that kind of stuff. It's all me. So in the previous years, I've either spent Ramadan alone or like with my husband's family. And of course, I have this wonderful mother-in-law, my Amuni, who is an amazing cook, and she usually takes care of like everything. Of course, I help and all that kind of stuff, but she's usually the one like in charge, like head chef and everything. But this year, obviously that duty is handed down to me, since my husband and I now live alone, like in the apartment here in the Philippines, and you know, the rest of our family is back in like New Zealand and Australia and stuff like that. We've spent Ramadan in the Philippines before because I did do my first and second year of med school here, but we used to live with my grandma, who's not a Muslim, so she didn't partake in any like Ramadan or anything like that. And that was back when things were like definitely a lot more hectic because everything was like face to face, and I used to travel to get to my med school, so there was never any time to like cook or anything. So we used to like buy everything, like literally every single meal. We used to just take, it's kind of like Uber Eats, but here it's called Grab Food. So yeah, we literally just grab food, everything. And then last year we were fortunate enough to spend Ramadan in Australia with my husband's family, and that was so much fun, and I really miss them. I miss them extra every time it's like Ramadan, because obviously it's one of those one of those occasions where you really want to be with family and you want to be surrounded by other Muslims and stuff like that. And it's always been a struggle for me, of course, because you know, this is not a tradition that I grew up with, since I only converted like 5 years ago. That's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to like vlog this Ramadan. Hopefully I could do it every single day, and I wanted to do that to kind of like include more people, since we are alone. It's just me and my husband this Ramadan, and I'm pretty sure it's the same for a lot of people this time, just because of lockdown and the pandemic and everything like that. So even if we're not under lockdown, we literally don't know any other Muslim in this country, so it's literally just me and my husband. But yeah, just a way for us to like feel like we're you know, be more in the Ramadan spirit and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't know, I thought it would be a good idea to do daily vlogs in Ramadan. I wasn't able to vlog suhoor though, because I kind of woke up a little late. I set my alarm at like 3:30 this morning, and I didn't get up until like 4, and Fajr starts at like 4:30, so we only had like 30 minutes left, and I had to get Tanzim's food ready, my food and all that kind of stuff, and I couldn't really like film, also because we were like dead tired. We didn't sleep until like almost like 1 a.m, which is our bad. So I've only had like a couple hours of sleep. And if you're wondering why I look the way I look, I mean, I have like purple eyes right now. It's because I've been up since suhoor, and I had time, and I thought I would do my makeup, and I never usually do color, so this is something new. I don't know, I just thought I'd do something different today. I have no idea. And I'm also in my nightgown, if you're wondering what I'm wearing. Today is Tuesday though, which is surgery day for me. I have like a 11 to 12 hour lecture day, lecture for surgery, and then it's followed by ophthalmology, and then we have one quiz for ophthalmology, and then one quiz for surgery, but it's like the big quiz tonight. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty hectic today. Hopefully I'm actually able to like break my fast in time and stuff like that, but I'm not too sure. Right now though, I have to go to my lecture. We are getting absolutely grilled right now. My group isn't the one presenting this week, so I'm like so tempted to just zone out. But for support, I guess I'll just listen while they get absolutely destroyed by this lecture. Don't get me wrong, by the way, it is all love. Like literally, it was my group last week that was getting yelled at by the doctor. It's just like sadly one of those things that we all have to go through. Okay, so it is 10 a.m. now, and we are done with our first lecture. It actually ended up not being that bad. He's just one of those doctors that really wants to make sure that you know like everything about the pathology, not just about like the pathophysio and like your typical stuff like management and you know the key signs and stuff like that. He wants to know, like, do you know the anatomy behind it? Do you know the biochemistry behind it? What's the pharmacology? What's the basis behind the drugs and stuff like that? He's just one of those like very thorough doctors. But yeah, no, the group did well. And now we have, I think it's, what is it? It's rectum now? Yeah. Colon and rectum is our next topic. I'm like super duper sleepy now though. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to like stay up, do my makeup instead of like sleeping after suhoor. I actually had time as well because I think we finished eating around like 4:30, and then my first class was around 8 a.m. Could have had 4 more hours of sleep, or 3, I don't know. I'm so sleepy. Okay guys, it's 11 p.m. and we just finished our second lecture, and the next one is gonna be like around 1 p.m. And because I can't eat lunch or anything, I'm just gonna use that to sleep. So I'll see you guys then. Alright, so I'm up from my nap, and I'm actually trying to make something called bora. I'm pretty sure it's just a Bengali thing, but basically it's like blended red lentil, and then you add onions and coriander and spices and stuff like that. It's kind of like their version of pakora. I'm doing mine in batches because this is actually fake. I only got it for like, I don't know, like $40 or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, it's fake. Or 20 bucks actually. That's how I knew it was fake. But yeah, I just added, it looks like this. Like I put like maybe 1 cup of red lentils in there with a bit of water. And this is like the goal consistency here. It actually does a very decent job considering it's fake. I made a complete mess. Okay, so to that mixture, I'm just adding a bit of onion, just roughly diced onion. Then I'm just adding half a teaspoon of salt. I'm also gonna sprinkle a bit of cumin, maybe like 1/4 teaspoon. We're gonna do the same thing with turmeric, so just 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric too. I almost forgot one of the most important ingredients, which is the fresh coriander. So I'm just gonna mix everything like that. Hopefully that's enough coriander. That's the tough thing about cooking while fasting. I can't really taste anything. I should have done this yesterday, but my blender was really acting up yesterday, so I wanted to give it a break. But yeah, this looks about right. I remember my Amuni's mixture looking very similar to this. I'll actually give her a call now, just to confirm. I'll show her like the consistency and stuff like that. But looks about right. It's like the right type of thickness. I always soak my coriander or any vegetable in like water and vinegar, and this is why. Can you see those little things over there? Pretty sure those are like little tiny bugs. I can see the legs in one of them anyways, or in both of them actually. So yeah, those are little tiny bugs and they're in your vegetables. I definitely recommend you guys to do this as well, like soak your greens and stuff like that in water with vinegar. I took out my coriander and this is what's left. Like, come on, that's nasty. Okay, so I ended up adding more onion. Like I added another onion onto this, and then some more coriander as well. Hopefully it'll be flavorful enough. Okay guys, so it is 4:55 right now, and iftar is gonna be at 6, so I thought I'd get started with the food and everything like that. I did go ahead and wear like normal clothes instead of just chucking a hijab on. We live in a hot country and usually I'll just be like in short shorts and stuff like that, but for you guys and for the vlog I shall oblige and cover myself up. Anyways, for today's iftar I'm gonna be making some kebabs, and for this recipe it is a chicken Reshmi kebab, but I did alter the recipe because I'm trying to get my husband off of dairy because he has psoriasis. So For the dairy replacement, I did use cashew cream, and I find that it tastes exactly the same. Like, you're not missing out on anything. It has the same creaminess. It makes the chicken really tender and stuff as well. And of course, there's no dairy to irritate, you know, whatever condition you may have that makes you avoid dairy. So yeah, it just looks like this. Looks exactly the same as if you were to use like yogurt or something like that. But if you don't have like an intolerance, or you're not trying to avoid dairy or anything like that, you can go ahead and use just normal plain yogurt. I will leave a list of the ingredients and like the recipe down below in the description box, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. Sorry, I am like losing my voice. I'm really thirsty now. So I just laid the chicken out like this. I am using like one of those stone pans, but I did add a bit of oil just because it just makes everything cook a lot faster and a lot more even. If you can't see, you'll see it more if I put more oil, but for some reason our stove has like a slant, so a lot of the oil actually just ends up on this side, so I have to like manually always like slant it like that, so that it gets like everywhere. It's really annoying, but I have no idea how to fix it. I do have it on like low, kind of low, medium to low heat, just because I want this to cook thoroughly, and then I don't want the outside to burn and then the inside isn't cooked or anything yet. So I already made rice yesterday. I'll leave the recipe down below for that if you're interested as well. It's super duper easy. I just used the Instant Pot to make it. But it's one of those yellow rice recipes, and I think it'll go really well with the kebab. Otherwise, I could always just fry up some paratha if that's what my husband wants. Around maybe 30 minutes before iftar, I'm going to start doing the boras, because I do want them to be like crispy and hot by the time we're allowed to eat. So yeah, that's gonna be me for the next hour. So I'm frying up the boras now. I got a little excited with the first ones, and they're a little big, so I'm gonna try to keep them small like these ones with the rest of the batch. I opened one of the thicker pieces of kebab just to see if it's done, and it looks like maybe 2 more minutes or something like that, and then I'll wrap it all up.
Bongo la, bongo cha cha cha, parlami del Sud America.